Gone with the desert wind, dog way the horizon bleeds, bleeding into the sand. Whiskey bottle lay forsaken in my trembling hand. Dust storms dance on forgotten graves, in a ghost town silence, no soul to save. Gone with the desert wind, my love and my sin. Beneath the crescent moon, shadows move again, lost in the whispers of the prowling sands. I'm a ghost among these lands, gone with the desert wind. The train whistles mourn just like the coyote cries, haunting echoes neath the blood orange skies. She vanished at the altar, not a trace to find, left with burning churches in the corners of my mind. Gone with the desert wind, my hope and my kin. Echoes of the past, where do I begin? Chasing shadows under the devil's hands. I'm just dust among these lands, gone with the desert wind. In the heart of night, by the cold moonlight, I faced the man who stole her smile so bright. Gunfire cracked like a cursed prayer. Revenge or justice, did I even care? Gone with the desert wind, my peace and my wrath. Down this lonesome path, I've made my own path. In the silence of the desert, I've paid my dues. A restless soul with nothing more to lose. I'm just a whisper, a tale that ends, gone, forever gone with the desert wind.
Where the dusty crossroads meet, under the moon's silent decree, lies a town where shadows speak and the wind whispers of treachery. Old whiskey bottles lay by forgotten boots, echoes of laughter turned into mute. Whispers in the ghost town tell a tale of a lover's cross turned under, where the cursed cacti grow. In the heart of sands, by a new undone, lies the silent tale of a gun and run. There's a church with a scorched out spire, where once rang out the gospel choir. The preacher man they found him tied, burned his faith, left his Bible alive. In the pews a locket's gleam, a picture fades, a lost love's dream. Whispers in the ghost town cry beneath the moon. Past promises like dust storms vanished all too soon. Ghosts of guilt in the chapels hum, whispering of what we've all become. Stood
whistle cuts through the silent sands. In the dust, the story laid so bare. Revenge or forgive, do I even dare? Eyes meet the grave under starlit sheen. Face the ghost of what should have been. Whispers in the ghost town, now I understand. Every tale of sorrow etched by a heavy hand. In the echo of the train's lonesome cry, I'll either live with truth or with lies die. In this haunted desert, I take my final vow to join or flee the whispers in the ghost town. Ghost of a town where the dust whispers secrets. Under the moon's silver watch, she walks without sound. Her veil's as dark as the night's cold embrace. Past shuttered doors down by the ground of unsound. Whiskey bottles and decay line the chapel's old aisles, where once vows were promised, now only shadows attend. Oh, the silence of the bride in black, haunting the ruins of love turned cold. Her heart's a deserted track, echoing the lies that the winds have told. In the silence, in the black, revenge breathes a tale never old. Said he was a drifter, came in on a southbound train. Whistle cut through the night like a scream out of hell. Promised her forever, left only pain. Now her tears are dried up like the old wishing well. In her hand a faded photograph burns in the fire of the church where her dreams turn to dust. The silence of the bride in black wanders through memories as sharp as rust. Her love was a one-way track, gone with the wind and betrayal. She trusts in the silence, in the black. She walks the cursed lands, doing what she must. By the rails where the night hides sin, she finds him laughing a new love by his side. Thunder rolls as her vengeance begins. The storm's rage mirrors the fury in her stride. A flash of steel under the lightning's crack. Silhouettes entwined and just one stands back. Now the silence of the bride in black carries the echoes of justice clap across the silent desert. She'll trek back. In her heart, a dusty road unwrapped. In the silence, in the black, bride of vengeance, no more to be trapped. So listen close to the wind's low moan. In the silence of a bride turned stone.
In the silence of a ghost town, under twilight's mournful gaze, where shadows whisper secrets in the moon's forgiving blaze. Lone whiskey bottle lay beside the dust-laden dance floor. I heard the wind soft howling like the love I had before. Dancing with outlaw heart beneath the cursed starlight, spinning with shadow through the cold desert night, where whispers turn to shouts and truths become hard. There's no redemption, just a scarred outlaw's heart. The train's lonesome whistle cut through the quiet dread, echoing the voices of the living and the dead. She was a flame too wild, in a town too dry and spent. Her betrayal a burning church, our love's twisted lament. Dancing with outlaw heart beneath the endless skies, chasing ghostly figures where my forgotten love lies. In this abandoned place where old sins never part, every step is a memory of a damned outlaw's heart. On scorched earth I confront the demons that reside. By forgotten graves I've wept, where the last of good inside died. Her specter in the dust storms, calling me to cease, but vengeance stirs the ashes, offers no release. Still dancing with outlaw heart, where no prayers reach, in the silent desert's embrace, where the past seeks to leech, accept the fate of nightfall. Let the darkness start, for in this cursed silence thrives my outlaw heart.
In the heart of a silent desert, beneath the black sun's glare, the winds whisper secrets in a tongue too raw to bear. My boots stir the dust of forgotten graves, past the churchyard's gates, where the wild sage saves. I'm riding through the black sun, shadows on my trail, hunting ghosts of a life where I once failed. Whiskey's my companion, it dulls the inner pain, riding to forget her, the love I couldn't claim. The town sleeps like a widow, veiled in moonlit dread, haunted by the memories and the lies deceitfully spread. I recall her laughter echoing through the saloon before betrayal's knife laid my heart in ruin. Riding through the black sun with vengeance burning bright, each mile a reminder of that cursed night. My revolver's cold comfort against the desert scorn, chasing the horizon where my fury was born. By the creek, under the dead oak shade, I met my betrayer, not a moment too delayed. Words fell like gunshots, piercing the eerie calm. In the duel that followed, I read the last song. Now I'm riding through the black sun, a ghost in my own right, the outlaw of lost causes, a specter in the night. No more will love or vengeance steer my weary bones. Under the black sun, this cursed land atones. This ballad resonates with the grit of a weathered soul's lament, embodying the spirit of a haunted desert odyssey. Shadow of the black sun, where the cool winds moan, lies a town forgotten, with streets overgrown. Whiskey bottles clink in the hands of ghostly brides, while the church bell's silent, no savior inside. Dust devils dance on graves without names. Under that cursed sky, everything's changed. Ashes of the black sun, falling like sin, cover my heart where love once had been. Gone with the wind, through the silence they run, everything burned up by the black sun. Once had a lover with eyes like stormy skies. In a chapel of dreams, we swore no goodbyes. But the betrayal came on a hot whispering breeze, left me with nothing but a memory to seize. In the night train whistles cry like old ghosts, haunting the crossroads of what I miss most. Ashes of the black sun cover my trail, lost loves and old wounds, a sorrowful tale. Gone with the dust where the dead rivers run, nothing remains but the black sun. But the black sun. ashes of the black sun. Bury my past in the silence of deserts. I'm free at last. Revenge or resignation, the line has been drawn. I walk alone under the black sun. Out where the whiskey whispers pass the dried up river's edge, ghost town shadows stretch beneath the moon's pale pledge. Silent desert cries under a starlit Kirstic sky. A lone train whistle moans a song old and high. No mercy in the revenge, this heart's turned to stone. Vengeance rides beside me, through the night I roam. The bottle's hollow echo, the only friend I've kept on a path of retribution. Through the tears I've wept, once loved a girl as wild as the storm above. Betrayed by a kiss, I lost my peace, my love. Whispering winds carry the scent of traitors' blood. Burning church in the distance, lost in the flood. No mercy in the revenge, shadows call my name. Every step on this parched land stokes the flames. The bottle's broken dreams lie scattered in the sand, cursed by the memory, gun heavy in my hand. Now face to face with the devil in the dusk's embrace. His eyes a mirror of my soul's dark forsaken place. Words are worthless here, in the silence we confess the deeds that bind us tight to this desolate wilderness. No mercy in the revenge, destiny's cruel design. Forgotten graves whisper of what once was mine. As dawn breaks merciless over lands no prayer can save. No mercy in my heart, just an outlaw in his grave.
Midnight on a midnight train, rolling through a ghost town's veins. Whiskey whispers neath the moon's pale watch. Tracks shudder under old sand's weight. The dust storm wails like a banshee's cry, past shadows of a church aflame. And there in the flicker a lone grave lies, forgotten names and the devil's bait. Here on this train, it's vengeance and rust. Steel rails cut through these cursed lands like trust. In the silence sun, till I found the bad end of a gun. Turned my back on the rising sun and watched my dreams come undone. She was the fire, I was the rain, in this desolate, forsaken strain. Her betrayal, a deep-seated pain, now her ghost in every window pane. Here on this train, it's sorrow and dust, every mile further from what was just. Through the cold steel bars I see my life wane, another lost soul, midnight on the midnight train. In the darkness I confront my fears, face the man I've been for years. Every mile of memory, every sound a tear. The whistle screams like it's the end, a solemn note no one can mend. I pour another whiskey, toast a ghost I can't defend. Here on this train I accept my fate, a heart full of shadows, love turned to hate. As the desert swallows moon's last stain, I ride towards dawn, beyond the midnight train.
Out where the whistling winds moan through the thorns lies a prairie so cursed it weeps and it mourns. Under skies painted with the brush of the crow, black whiskey in hand where no clear rivers flow. Echoes of train whistles crying through the night, burning church shadows cast by pale moonlight. On a prairie, sing your sorrowful tune under the watch of a blood-red moon. Ghosts of the past in the dust they lay, lost love and betrayal, on this ground they stay. Years ago a love blossomed wild and free, till it was cut down beneath the old hangman's tree. He promised her roses but delivered only thorns, left her heart as barren as the land's forlorn. In the town now forgotten, with graves overgrown, her spirit wanders forever alone. Haunted prairie, sing your sorrowful tune under the watch of a blood-red moon. Ghosts of the past in the dust they lay, lost love and betrayal, on this ground they stay. In the silence of the desert he hears her call, from the shadows of the church to the old town hall. With a gun by his side and revenge in his eyes, he seeks the man who told those fatal lies. A showdown looms under the haunted sky, only one will live, the other will die. A haunted prairie where the cursed souls roam, now he joins her, never again to roam. In the land of the Every note like a whisper of the restless dead plays on in the prairie where the darkest tales are bred. Out where the whiskey whispers in ghost town bars, a shadow cast long by the light of the stars. Dust devils dance on cursed cracked clay, church bells silent since Judgment Day. Train whistle splits a silent desert night, a song for the broken, out of hope, out of sight. Oh, gunpowder serenade, play a mournful tune. My heart beats in echoes under this cold desert moon. Lit and prayers, the currency. I walk these dead lands, gun heavy in hand. She was a mirage, a fleeting sweet dream. Her love slipped through like a whiskey stream. Betrayal burned just like a church set aflame. Only ashes of promises whispered her name. From the dust of forgotten graves I rise, haunted by the sorrow in her stormy eyes. Oh, gunpowder serenade, sing through the night. Feel my vengeance, guide my side. Silver bullets for the ghosts in my head. A trail of the living, a prayer for the dead. In the mirror of the night, my shadow confronts me, a silhouette stitched with scars of treachery. The gun's cold kiss, a lover's final betrayal. In the echo of the shot, truth and myths unveiled. So gunpowder serenade, play your last refrain. In this silent desert, only memories remain. With each step forward, my old self died. A prayer to the night under unforgiving skies. Oh, gunpowder serenade, let the spirits dance. In the dust of my past, I've made my last stand. In the shadowy veil, where the wild dogs wail, under moonlit skies, the cursed land lies. Whiskey bottles lay by the graves unmarked, as the church down the lane burns cold and dark. Smoke rises high, blends with the cries. Ghost trains whistle past, oh how the dead don't die. This cursed land holds me with its thorny embrace. Lost souls wander, each with an unremembered face. once knew love's soft touch in these desolate sands. Her laughter now dust whisked away by cursed hands. Betrayed by a brother with greed in his eyes, he left me for dead under black stormy skies. Smoke swirls like spirits in the twilight's red glow. Echoes of laughter from the life I used to know. This cursed land whispers with a vengeful voice. Reclaim what was stolen. It seems I got no choice. Hard, leaves the strong feeling weak. Now the smoke settles on this cursed plot. I've taken my revenge, gave it my last shot. This land keeps its secrets like a silent vow. In the cursed land and smoke, I'll make my final bow. Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, lonely howls twist with the cold moonlight. Dust devils dance where the old church burned. Whiskey whispers from a bottle unturned. Ghost town shadows, they beckon and bend. Life and death mingle on the desert wind. Blood on the desert wind stains the soul it does, haunted by screams and the things that were. Justice is just a ghost fading in the dusk. Revenge of lovers whisper, a curse that must be heard. There was love once beneath the old willow tree, turned to betrayal over gold. Lost to greed, a brother's promise, now a forgotten grave. Mourned by the whistles of a passing train. Her locket's at the bottom of the old well. Every clink of the chain, another story it tells. Blood on the desert wind stains the soul it does. Echoes of laughter, shadows of his sin. Truth lies buried in the sands of trust. Where love ends, that's where vengeance begins. Face to face in the eye of a dust storm's wrath. His pistol's cold like his path. I loved you, brother, but you chose your fate. Words as harsh as the land, sealed by hate. Blood on the desert wind, a tale that spun in the silent desert. Where all things end, forgiveness is a word too heavy for the tongue on cursed lands. There's only revenge. the dying light of a dusty town where the shadows stretch to claim the ground beneath is thirsty, scorched, cursed without a name. Echoes of a train whistle, cutting cold and sharp as a knife. Beneath the hollow sky, I ride this path, the last one in my life. Blood on the saddle, blood on the sand, blood drying under a cursed land. Whiskey whispers of vengeance and pride on this silent, haunted final ride. Blood on my hands where it's always been, painting sins in the shapes of men. Tonight I ride with ghosts by my side. Blood on the last ride. Once loved a girl with wildfire eyes in a chapel built of stone, but betrayal burned the bridges, left me wandering alone. Her memory a ghost town, her touch a distant dream. Now every mile I'm riding ain't quite as it seems. Blood on the saddle, blood on the sand, memories fade in this forsaken land. Whiskey numbs the heartache and pride, shadows stretch long on this last ride. Blood on my heart where it's seared and scored, each beat a reminder of the soul. Tonight I ride past wrongs to right. Blood on the last ride. In the stillness of the desert, a reckoning to face. Each step forward in this ghostly trace, from burning churches to forgotten graves, each soul finds its place. And in the dust my heart confronts the darkest truths it must embrace. Blood on the saddle, blood on my soul. This ride's my penance, this ride's my toll. Whiskey's my witness in the night so wide. To every whisper secret I confide. Blood on my hands set to be dried as dawn breaks cold on this last ride. Tonight the past and I collide. Blood on the last ride. As the sun rises red over lands best left dead, I leave behind stories untold in the silence, stark and cold. Shadow of a burning church under a blood-red sky, an old gunslinger tells his tale with a whiskey bottle dry. The wind moans through the ghost town streets, the dust clouds hide the sun. This land's forsaken by the light, where a cursed man's run begun. No mercy in the devil's deal, only shadows by your side. When you trade your soul for vengeance, there's no place left to hide. The night grows cold, the fire dies, but the past won't set you free. No mercy in the devil's deal, just endless misery.
laughter, now a whisper lost as the desert took her away. Betrayed by a brother's jealous hand, left for dead in the silent sands. He struck a deal at the crossroads light for the power to set things right. No mercy in the devil's deal, only echoes of regret. Each killing word a hollow prayer for a love he can't forget. The night grows cold, the fire dies, but the ghost won't let him be. No mercy in the devil's deal, just change you can't see. In the mirror of the midnight glass, he faces who he's come to be. A phantom in a forsaken land, trapped in his own decree. The whistle of a distant train calls him to his final stand, to reclaim a soul he sold in vain, or fall by his own hand. No mercy in the devil's deal, just a lonesome bitter end. The gun he draws, the choice he makes, a broken heart he can't mend. The night grows cold, the fire's gone. In the silence he'll confess. No mercy in the devil's deal, just a piece of nothingness.
Out in the silence, under a ghost town moon, whiskey bottles lay preaching beside the saloon. A dusty wind cries through streets that forgot their names, where I danced my pains on the tracks of the midnight train. Oh, I'm dancing with the midnight train, its wheels singing sorrow, calling out my name. In its haunting echo, I find my bane. Under the starless sky, I'm dancing with the midnight train. The chapel bells rang once in a fire's embrace, a lover's vow gone as smoke in a cold heart's trace. She left with a veil of shadow, my love turned to disdain. Now every night to that whistle I stake my claim. Oh, I'm dancing with the midnight train, tracks wet with the weeping of old unending rain. Her ghost in the gusts through the window pane. With each whistle blow, my resolve unwavering. their air in the whistle, the echoes of my sin. The deeds at night, the fire, the fight, the gin. A reckoning's due, the past rides fierce and fast. What's lost is lost, what's done, it's meant to last. So I'm dancing with the midnight train, bearing scars too deep in love's relentless pain. Here amongst the ruins where spirits remain, I dance alone, the outlaw the night can't contain. Yes, I'm dancing forever with the midnight train.
In the heart of a dusty, forgotten town, the church bells rang a hollow sound. Whiskey bottles lay scattered in the street, echoes of footsteps, a ghost heartbeat. Flames licked the steeple in a devil's choir, last prayers whispered in the church fire. She wore a locket, silver caught in the light, beneath the veil of that tragic night. Promises made under starlit skies turned to smoke before my eyes. Betrayal, sharp sting, love's cruel satire fueled the flames of that church fire. Gone with the church fire where dreams retire, silent deserts hold the tales of the liar. Echoes of a train whistle, mournful and dire, tracks leading nowhere, just the church fire. There across the burning pews I saw her face, haunting the aisles, a specter displaced. She reached through the flames, through the bitter pyre, in her eyes the coldness of a hired gun's ire. I understood then in that furnace empire, love was a ghost in the church fire.
where the whiskey whispers in the wind, scorched land, rattling the skeletons of ghost towns in its command. Dust devils dance where the church once proudly stood, now just charred wood framing betrayal's neighborhood. On the ashes of the lonely road where my heart lays bare, each step stirs the stories that the dead refuse to spare. The whiskey bottle's empty, like the promises she made, under the shadow of the cross where my sins were paid. The moonlight cast long shadows like fingers on my past. Her love was a desert flower, never meant to last. From the silent desert to the cursed train tracking, her whispers still haunt me with the winds they send. On the ashes of the lonely road where ghosts claim their due, every footfall echoes a past died in midnight hill. The whiskey bottle shattered like the lies we lived, in the dust of forgotten graves, and nothing's left to give. There's a storm that's coming with memories that stirs of burning churches and the vengeance that occurs. The sky cries her name in a thunderous mournful ode, her betrayal the spark my heart, the road it erodes. On the ashes of the lonely road I embrace my fate, riding through the shadows of her love turned hate. This whiskey bottle's broken like the oath I swore. On the lonely road I wandered alone forevermore. Each line etches deep into the soul of a man scarred by love and deceit, marking his journey through a haunted, relentless landscape that mirrors his own in the desolation.
In the shadow of the valley, where the sun forgets to rise, lies a town too scared to whisper under cursed and blackened skies. Whiskey bottles tell the stories of the ghosts who've lost their way. Every train whistles mournful cry, marks another soul astray. Oh, the serpent's prayer in the silence of the land, an elegy for the heartless, drawn in the shifting sand. justice finds no favor, and mercy's died with the light. The serpent's prayer echoes through the endless starless night. Once loved a girl with eyes like fire, her spirit wild and free, but betrayal's bitter venom turned her heart away from me. In the church where we once worshiped, now just ashes and decay, her vows like dust were scattered as she walked the outlaw's way. Oh, the serpent's prayer beneath the crescent moon's glare, a ballad of the damned swirling in the cold desert air, where promises lay broken and the truth hides in the lies. The serpent's prayer's a curse under the haunting ink black skies. At the crossroads stood confronting all the sins of my past life, the ghost of her beside me in the knife's edge of the strife. The land that whispers sorrow in each breeze that shivers past holds the echo of our love in a shadow that we cast. Oh, the serpent's prayer, now a lullaby to the doomed, in every grain of desert sand, where our dreams were once entombed. Here's to the hearts abandoned in the night's cold, ruthless embrace. May the serpent's prayer bring solace as we vanish without a trace.
In a town where the whistling winds carry sin, under the ghost moon's pale watchful light, lies a dusty road where shadows begin, and the truths you hear are oft a lie. Whiskey bottles clink in forgotten saloons, echoes of laughter buried in sand. Each step kicks up curses under the blood-red moons. In the silent desert, a gun in my hand. Shadows dance over gunpowder serenade, echoes of a bullet through the heart betrayed, where the lost souls wander and the brave ones fade, underneath the sky of a gunsmoke charade. Years ago her laughter filled the autumn air, in a church that now burns in eternal flame. Promises made in the heat of a desperate prayer, gone with the wind, just whispers of her name. Dust storms rise where our dreams used to lay, train whistles mourn like the cries of the damned. In the night, the cold stars have much to say about a love lost and a life forever banned. Shadows dance over gunpowder serenade. Revenge stirs the dust where our bed was made. Ghost towns hold secrets of the love that decayed, and the heart counts the cost of the games that were played. In the coldest hour, the desert speaks of cursed lands and the vengeance it seeks. Face to face, my fate with a gun echoes loud. What's done is done. The shadows whisper over gunpowder serenade. In the silence, my soul's debts are paid. Across this cursed land, I let my memories fade. With one last bullet, my peace is made. In the echoes of my gunpowder serenade.
Under a blood-red sky, in the shadow of the mesa's side, the old church bells rang somber and dry. Whiskey bottle in my shaking grip, footsteps echo as I let it slip. The ghost town whispers of a love that died underneath the steeple where we once confided. Dancing with church fire under moonlit wire, flames licking high, fueled by old desire, raging as the past burns away so dire. In the ashes I find my lost empire. She was an angel turned to dust by sin, betrayed by the heart she harbored within. A preacher man came with a devil's deal in the silent desert, no one to hear her appeal. Now the winds carry the scent of sage and I, echoing train whistles fueling this funeral pyre. Dancing with church fire, spirits conspire, each flame a whisper of vengeance required. The past is a shadow long and tired, but tonight it's a church fire I've sired. In that blaze, I saw her face, haunting the flames of ghostly grace. I reach for her through fire's embrace, but only the heat returned my gaze. Dancing with church fire, this cursed choir, singing redemption, my soul's briar. Let the church burn, let it expire. In the flames I cast my last desire. Dancing with church fire,